You ever feel like your whole neighborhood just got hijacked by one person's ego trip? 1 minute, we're planning Halloween decorations and prepping candy bags. The next, our new HOA president declares Halloween is satanic and bans it. Just like that. No vote. No warning. Just one person deciding 25 years of tradition is evil. And you know what she did when we pushed back? She called the cops on us, her own neighbors. But what happened next? That's what made it legendary. Hey, before we dive into this wild roller coaster of HOA horror and sweet revenge, take a second to hit that like button if you love community drama with a satisfying twist. If you've ever dealt with a Karen running your neighborhood, comment below. We want to hear your war stories. And don't forget to subscribe for more Reddit revenge stories that'll keep you hooked till the last second. Alright, let's get into it. I've lived in my neighborhood for over 25 years. It's one of those places where people actually know each other, where borrowed sugar isn't just a saying, and where your kids can ride their bikes without you hovering like a helicopter parent. And for all those years, our HOA president was this old school guy named Earl, a retired shoe cobbler, Korean War vet, and a legend in the community. Earl ran the HOA like he was your grandpa who brought the whole family together. Every meeting was the same routine. He'd shuffle up to the front of the clubhouse, clear his throat, and go, "Anybody got a problem? No? Good. Let's eat." Then boom, Cracker Barrel catering, paid for out of his own pocket. He didn't hand out fines. He didn't nitpick people's lawns. He just made sure people got along. And you know what? It worked. Now Halloween in our neighborhood? That was sacred. Not just candy and costumes sacred, I mean full-on event of the year sacred. People would go nuts with decorations. I'm talking about 12-foot skeletons, motion-activated werewolves, fog machines, sound systems, animatronic vampires. The kind of stuff you see in viral TikToks. Every year, the local special needs school would bring their students to trick-or-treat here because we made it safe, welcoming, and fun. We'd prep for weeks. Stockpile candy. Decorate our porches. We weren't just doing Halloween, we were hosting it. But then Earl passed away. And everything changed. We were still grieving when we met his replacement, a 35-year-old woman named Amber. She had just moved in from out of state, somewhere like Utah or Oregon, I think. She was young, polished, and professional. Said she worked in real estate. At first, she came across as super nice. Brought cookies to her first meeting. Gave a whole speech about upholding family values and modernizing the HOA. Seemed innocent enough. But you know how some people seem just a little too put together? Like there's a mask behind the smile? Within weeks, the tone of the neighborhood shifted. The first newsletter she sent out quoted Bible verses. Nothing too weird, just things like walk in righteousness and flee from temptation. Most of us just shrugged. We figured she was a little churchy. Whatever. No big deal. But then she started pushing prayer circles instead of block parties. Removed Halloween from the HOA event calendar, quietly, at first. And then came the email. Subject line, Halloween cancelled, HOA compliance required. I opened it thinking it was a prank. But nope. She actually wrote, after prayerful consideration, I have concluded that Halloween is not in line with the spiritual and moral values we should uphold as a community. It is a satanic celebration rooted in darkness and fear. As such, all decorations, costumes, and trick-or-treating are hereby banned within HOA property and individual homes. I blinked. Read it twice. My stomach dropped. She was serious. She even signed it, in Christ's name, Amber C., HOA president. It felt like someone had ripped out the heart of the neighborhood and lit it on fire. My phone immediately blew up. Group chats exploded. People were furious. One mom had already bought her kid's costume, a little Spider-Man suit, and her son had been practicing saying, trick or treat, for weeks. He's autistic, and Halloween was one of the few nights he felt like he fit in. This wasn't about religion. It was about control. That night, the Facebook group turned into a war zone. One neighbor posted, Amber can cancel her own Halloween. Mine's still happening. Another said, we didn't elect a pastor. We elected a president. People were so mad that someone actually photoshopped Amber's face onto a witch riding a broomstick and made it the group cover photo. Within days, a petition started circulating to hold a vote and remove her. Amber responded with another email, any attempt to undermine my authority will be considered harassment. I will involve law enforcement if necessary. She ended it with, this is your final warning. Have you ever seen a community collectively roll its eyes so hard you can feel it? The following HOA meeting was like something out of a courtroom drama. Everyone showed up. Standing room only. People brought folding chairs. Some even wore costumes as a protest. One guy came dressed as the devil with a clipboard that said, HOA Compliance Officer. Amber walked in like she was queen of the apocalypse, high heels, giant binder, tight smile. She opened the meeting by saying, this is not a democracy. This is a governed association guided by values. That's when Mr. Rayford, one of our oldest residents, a Vietnam vet with a booming voice, stood up and said, lady, with all due respect, we are the association. And we're voting you out. She tried to shut it down. Told him the vote was illegitimate. Said we were attacking her faith. She even called the cops during the meeting, like we were a mob or something. And the cops? They showed up, looked around, and said, is this a community meeting? We nodded. They said, not our problem, and left. The vote went forward. Unanimous. Amber was out. She sold her house 2 weeks later. At a loss. Packed up and disappeared like a ghost. Fitting, really. And Halloween? That year was the best one we'd ever had. We brought back the haunted maze. The kids from the special needs school showed up dressed to the nines. Someone even built a massive Karen mannequin with a sash that said, Party Pooper Supreme, and set it up in the community lawn. Mr. Johnson, our new president, retired. Social worker, sharp as a tack, rewrote the bylaws. Now, no single person can cancel a holiday or event. Everything has to be voted on. Fines for small things like decorations or lawn length. Gone. Term limits? 2 years max. We went from fear to freedom. And the neighborhood? Closer than ever. This whole saga taught me something simple but powerful. When you stay silent, control wins. But when a community stands up, especially for something joyful, inclusive, and harmless, no self-appointed moral authority can take that away. Amber tried to kill Halloween in the name of religion. But we chose love, unity, and a bowl full of candy. And honestly, that's what being a good neighbor is all about. So what do you think? Have you ever had an HOA nightmare like this? Or seen a neighborhood rise up and take its power back? Let me know in the comments, and if you loved this story, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss another wild Reddit revenge tale. New stories drop every week, and you're not gonna want to miss 'em. Till next time, stay spooky, stay kind, and keep your candy bowl full.